Does that look like a tiki to you? Nah, couldn't be. Whew! Would you look at that? I got a floor. I left the lobster claws in there because they're not coming out until I'm consistently at 50 degrees. But I got the rest of the tropicals out. Thought I'd show you. We've started clearing the beds as well. And this is some of the stuff that hit the ground, and then I did a lot of cutting and trimming and stuff before we brought everything out. The banana trees that I saved and put in the pool house in dry storage, I've only got a rhizome on that one and that one. I did plant this one up pretty solid all the way up that, so we'll see what happens there. But I got the plumeria out, and I had to dig some extra holes. I'm gonna mulch like crazy over that stuff and make it look really good. But look at the size of this thing. And I have had blooms all winter on this. Get up there. And I got them over there too. Oh, they smell so good. Really, really good. Good trunk. I got to get these old bananas out here. And I got one right there too. I got to dig those things out. They do not want to come out. It's funny how clay and pots like to create suction. I thought I lost this ginger, but the rhizomes are spitting them back out. Didn't give them enough water over the winter. But yeah, I got my foyer cleared out. I can actually walk through the foyer now. These are those little bitty Majesty palms you can get at Walmart or the big box stores. If you protect them over the winter time, they, doggone it, they look like a nice little pinnate palm tree, you know. That was a double one there. I got too much shade. It got crowded out by the others, so I lost one of them. But that one will do it too. Got a bunch of the stuff out on the Tiki Bar here. We got Monster out. We got the Monster on top there. And I've started doing a horrible job of taking the pothos and creating the vine effect. I'm sure Kiwi Kate will come along and fix my effort there. And yeah, I got to clean the Tiki Bar off too. It's all dusty and nasty and all that. But little Dickie's putting one out here. I don't know why you call it that, but yeah. A UFO plant back there. Lots and lots of stuff. And then over here, this is my goldfish plant. I've got the old one on the other one over there, just big as can be. This was I pulled off some sprigs, stuck them in the ground, or stuck them in the soil, and just kept it moist for the last year. And boy, she's starting to take off now too. Free plants like that. I got a lot of work to do. Actually have blooms on my hibiscus. Look at that. Well, it's nice having a greenhouse, I'll tell you that. And my Hawaiian tea plants, looking really good. Now that they're outside, they may start to kind of go brown on me. I hope not. I need to keep them in the shade and harden them off really slowly. This area right here gets mostly shade. It gets a little bit of morning sun from over there, and then it goes behind the tree in the house, and then comes out later over there. So pretty good shade here, good place to harden everything off. Jabea chilensis, Chilean wine palms are there. I've got a sable palmetto there as well. I got a lot of palm trees that I need to actually put in the ground this year. Can't believe that ginger survived. That's amazing. I've got another one over here I don't hold out as much hope for. That's why it's off on its own over here. But you never know, maybe. Yeah, don't look at all that. This is a work in progress here. Now that I've got the greenhouse open, I can put it all in there. This is some variegated ginger that I kept in the greenhouse because I wasn't sure if it would come back. Guess what I've got over here? We left some in the ground just to see if it could survive Zone 7B. And sure enough, I got some popping up here in a couple of places. So, yeah, buddy. Those are going to go in the ground this year, and that's going to give me some more room in the old greenhouse now. Got some Sagos I left in the pot too. The ones that I planted, I can show you over here. Now in Zone 7B, if you plant your Sagos in the ground, you can do it. But you're probably going to defoliate and you're going to start fresh all over. And sure enough, if I look in here, I can see that I got some right there. So they'll be coming out. Give it a little feed, a little warmth, and bam, off it'll go. I was worried at one point that I lost my bougainvillea because it got really dry, but I started hitting it with some water, and looky there. Got my spring blooms on there. Need to give everything some feed, but I don't want to do it right away. I want to give these things 3 to 5 days to kind of harden off and get used to being outside, and then I'll come through with the hose and sprayer, put some food in there, and I'll give everything a little feed, and that'll really get everything going too. I got my fig. We had it in the house. It wasn't getting enough light, so I took it out in the greenhouse. And so some of that stuff you see on there is from back in the wintertime in the house. But hopefully she'll be doing good now. Upright elephant ear, more tea plants. Our philodendron there, we call him Phil. And then right there is the Borneo giant. And I dug out a hole and dropped that pot in there because I've had experience planting these things straight into the ground, and it takes a while for those roots to get established. And because it's so big, you got those giant wings on there, and just keeps falling down and tearing your soil up. So I have elected to leave it in the pot for now. I guess we'll take a quick tour. It's been 2 days since I planted stuff out in the vegetable garden, so we'll come out here and take a look at it as well. Sugar peas are doing well. They're actually latching on now. That's pretty cool. And then my direct sow ones are starting to come up as well. Yes, sir. And then over here in this bed, I direct sowed some celery yesterday, but I tried I did the very best I could with the pots, and I just laid some of that stuff that had started, not much root structure at all. But check it out. I'm actually getting some actual celery leaves here. I don't know if I'm going to have time for it to make, but I'm sure going to try. And the Swiss chard that I potted and then brought out here is starting to stand up a little bit. Starting to feel some raindrops, so it's coming in. That hailstorm yesterday, not too much damage. I lost, I can see that I lost one stem there. I lost a baby leaf on another one over here, but not too bad. And then here are my jalapeno plants, and one okra over there by itself. Started running out of room. And then our hotter stuff is going to go on this side. The cucumbers, they did pretty good. I can see a few hail holes in the leaves there. You can see it tore up there. But they should bounce back. I've got cherry tomatoes on the ends of my tomato beds here, but these are the Rutgers, and they look pretty doggone good. More cherries, and then the beefsteak tomatoes. And I'm watching these tomatoes really carefully, because as soon as they get tall enough to clip up onto the trellis, I'm going to start taking all of those lower leaves off. Right now I need them, for growth, but I'm going to get those things cleaned up really good so that we don't have anything splashing up. I came through with a thin layer of my chainsaw shavings from chainsaw carving, and just it's eastern red cedar, and it should be good to go there. And then over here I've got my bell peppers. They made it through pretty good. And that's one other thing about putting cages on here is you might have a bad piece of hail heading for a plant, and it's entirely possible it could deflect it and lessen the blow at least, and cause them to knock into one another instead of your plants. So not bad to go ahead and put them on. Sweet banana peppers are there, and I've got some more bell peppers that are on a heating pad. along with the hotter peppers that I'll be putting in there. Bush beans doing okay. They made it okay through the old hailstorm. I got nothing on the radishes yet. It's only been a couple of days. I expect those will start popping here within a few days. They germinate pretty quickly, and then they grow really quickly as well. I don't know about the carrots though. The soil that I put in here has got a lot of fine wood chips, and I worry about that because carrots like really, really soft soil to grow in. I may get some really funky Frankenstein carrots, but we'll see. Ooh, Amazon fairies. Are they stopping here? I got some Amazon fairies coming, yay. Guys, I gotta get back to work. We will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me today, and happy growing.